Welcome back to the next episode at Bottom Line Garage. In today's episode, we're going to see how far we can dig into the engine of my old trusty Ford Ranger. Not so trusty anymore. I've hurt my back yesterday just like bending down and trying to pick up a glass. I'm turning 50 this year. It's been a long slog. I don't feel 50, but my body is certainly reminding that I'm turning 50 this year. Okay, let's get into this. I've moved you a bit closer. I'll try not to be in the way. My couple of tools set up next to me. Quick look, throttle body, a bit of an intake, and there we go. As you can see inside, just caked with carbon buildup, and this engine only has 147,000 kilometers on it. Can you imagine what this looks like at 300,000 kilometers? I don't understand how they can see this as being healthy for any engine. And that's why people delete the EGR cooler and the EGR intake. Fucking idiot. I'll just move you a bit closer to show you what it looks like in the intake itself. As you can see, this is just caked in with carbon buildup. And as I said, this engine only has 147,000 kilometers on it. I don't understand how this can be healthy for any engine. But hey, I'm just an accountant. Let's get you moved back a bit. Next step is just removing some of the diesel fuel lines. Gives me a bit of space to work. These blue tabs just clip back. You can just pull them off the fitting. Be careful with these. After a couple of years, they do become very fragile and they'll break off. And I'm sure Ford will charge you an arm and a leg for replacing it. Still a bit of diesel fuel left in them. I'm making a mess. My floor. Fuck's sakes. Here we go. Trusty old oily rag. Damn it. My landlord is not going to be impressed. I think the next step would be taking off the intake manifold. They are held, or it's held on by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 size 10 bolts. Let's see if we can get them out quickly. Doesn't look too bad, but it's certainly not healthy having all of this caked on carbon residue from the EGR cooler. There we go, intake manifold off. Let's do a quick peek inside the intake side of the head. I don't think I've mentioned. What the fuck is that? Ah, mosquito didn't survive that. Not sure if I mentioned that I don't understand how the engineers decide to chase unburnt gases back into the intake manifold after the air filter cleaner. You know, this doesn't look as bad as I thought, but the intake manifold is certainly due for a clean. Let's get some fuel lines removed. I want to get these disassembled and out of the way. If you are planning on reassembling the engine, just make sure these go in a specific order. I think this is a spline. Yes, size 40 T40 spline. Come on. There we go. It's a bit too tight for my trusty Ryobi. I don't think I need to take that one off. Give me a second. Damn it. Turning around in circles. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's unclip this. Got that. That. Let's get the big boy out. My father also used to say in my home language, as geweld nie werk nie, gebruik jy net nie genoeg nie. And that loosely translates to violence doesn't work, you're not using enough. So let's use some violence. There we go. So, just didn't have enough violence in it. Fuel rail and the bracket removed. Done. Let's see. Oh, fuck. There we go. And there you have it. Diesel fuel rail. There's this QR scanner code. Also says FOMO. Fear of missing out because this engine is not working. Okay. Next step is to take the diesel injectors out. I've not done this physically myself before. I'm more of a normal petrol guy. Spark plugs. There we go. Diesel injectors removed. Some of the dirt that you see here is from me removing it before cleaning the inside, but you can see the injectors are quite caked on with carbon buildup. And in one of the videos, I'll see if I can open this up, get into the injector side of it, and see what it looks like inside. I'll first see, you need to remove to get the leak off, fittings off. There's a little clip on each of them. Don't lose the clips. It's almost impossible to find, and I'm 100% sure Ford won't sell them individually. You're going to have to buy the whole injector if you lose them. I think the last thing we'll do is remove what I assume is a rocker cover. This is a double overhead camshaft design with a rocker rollers on the camshaft. This is the intake manifold. These are the exhaust side of it. There seems to be a bit of scoring on this one. I can't feel it with my nail though. I'm not sure whether it's just a marking. Sorry for the bad camera work. I'm not used to doing stuff with the one hand and doing some camera work on it with the other hand. The rest of the rollers seem okay. There's a bit of a marking on this one. I can't feel a ridge. I don't know if it's just superficial. There's a bit of a mark on this one. This one I can feel a bit of a ridge, a bit of scoring in it. Exhaust side, I can't see any markings or ridges on the rollers. So I just wanted to quickly flip this around and see what's holding these rockers in place. I've got no idea. It looks like there's a bit of a circlip each side, so just see if you can see what I see. Looks like it. There's a bit of a circlip. There we go. I'm going to flip that around. And it's just a bit of a roller ball on that side with a indent on that side, and that's all that it seems to hold on to. So it would be interesting to see how these are adjusted. I'm assuming a diesel engine will also have some sort of valve clearance. I just don't know whether this will have a cap on the valve. How would they adjust the valve clearance? So there's no adjustment on these. You can't adjust them. We're going to put this one back. Just a quick comment. I've been trying to reassemble this prickly little shit. Getting that circular back in turns out to be quite a bit of a fiddly exercise. And then yours truly dropped that little circlip right down into the engine. Note to self, do not work over an open engine. I'm going to have to fish out and dig out that little circlip. It's in there, luckily just in the head. But if you drop that down the diesel injector tube, good luck finding that little shit down there. So don't clip these off if you don't need to. They are prickly little shit. So I think that's it for this video. I'm most happy we got to see the inside of the head. I enjoy the shiny bits. Just a quick shout out to my brother in the UK, my sister is still back home in South Africa, and then also to my mom. I've never been on TV, so this is my opportunity to go, hello Ma. If you like the episode, please hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see the next episode. We'll be taking off the timing covers and the pulleys on this side. I need to get to the timing chain on the inside before I can remove the head. So that would be an interesting exercise as well. Until next time, goodbye from the Bottom Line Garage for now. I'm sweating like a pig already and I haven't even done anything yet. Good morning and welcome back to the next episode of... Good morning and welcome back to the next episode in Bottom Line Garage. Back to my channel, fuck's sakes. My mother didn't... Ik weet nie wat die Engels is nie. Ash, dis maar iets volgende moet doen. Throttle bolly. Throttle bolly. What the... Throttle body. What the fuck? Next step. Maybe I shouldn't inhale so deep. Let's redo that one. I'm swearing too much. Okay. I'm gonna have to find a way not to start it that way.